Oh, it is a messy and slushy day out today. It's a weekend here near the end of January. A lot of slush, a lot of nastiness out here. I've done some shoveling. Done the shovel the sidewalk a little bit. See all the chunks of slush here. It's around freezing. There's the rig. And of course, what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be doing my weekly startup, checking her out, because it is so nasty out here today. I want to make sure that I don't have any leaks inside, and make sure that, you know, I'm going to keep on top of things. Hopefully, yeah, pretty close quarters there by the fence, but we're going to get there. So, you know, just it's not very pleasant out today. And got the generator here. I'm going to start that up first since I can do it from inside here. I'm going to do it here. Got to get this like this. And then I got to basically hit the start button. I'm going to try to do it. No, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it like this, I guess, and I hit the start button. Sorry if it's crazy, but I'm going to try to close the choke a little bit there. Try it again. Ooh, slow. Started up pretty quick. Looks good. Going to start up the engine. Got the keys here. It is messy. Messy, messy. You can see the drips coming down. That's always an issue for drains and gutters and all sorts of crazy stuff in this rig. You can see all the drips wind up in the edge of the door frame. And over here as they drip down, and it's just a constant fight of trying to keep the drains clear and making sure that there are no major leaks in the roof. As you know, water is the universal solvent, so what you try to do here and hit the close the choke there. Let's get her going. Okay, maybe we'll turn that off a little bit. There we go. So let's get this going here. Put my foot on the gas a little bit. Like I said, it's not 10 degrees or 11 degrees out like it was that one week I started it up here recently. So hopefully vacuum's a little light. She's up a little higher now. I've hit her. So now what I need to do is I need to go around. I need to look for leaks. Because, oh look, there's some leaks here. Where the heck are these leaks coming from? I got leaks all over here. Look at that. See all the water pulling up? Where's that coming from? Hasn't gotten in here, so it's not a big leak. It's just definitely some crap that's, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, I gotta figure out where it's coming from. Because I'm not a happy camper with that. So I'm gonna look up here. I see there is a little drip right here along the edge of this molding, but it looks like this looks like it's just moisture here, but there's definitely, you can see along, I don't know if you can see it here, but it looks like there's some moisture dripping down from the frame. Gonna have to take a look at that, because obviously it's let quite a bit of splash on the dashboard. There's one here, and it looks like it's coming from, oh, again, it's coming from, see, there's a drip right there. There's a drip right there coming on the gasket, so I got to check the gasket out. There's my postal delivery person delivering things today. Maybe my long hauler plate showed up. That would be awesome if they did. But I am not holding my breath at this point because New York State doesn't seem to be really that prioritized in getting me my license plates I paid for. So over here, because it's higher, it doesn't seem so bad. And so I got some leaks there. I do suspect that a lot of that leak is coming from there's a strip that goes over the top of the rig between the fiberglass and the aluminum part of the roof. So I think that's pretty much shot, or it's getting shot, or it's going to be shot, or I'm going to shoot it or something. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to plan for that later. So I'm looking along the windows, making sure there's no... This one was a chronic one here. This one always had leaks along here, and there is water. If you notice, there is water in the channel, by the way. But I have spent a lot of time drilling drain holes back to the outside, so hopefully that relieves that, because there was a lot of water dripping around this wall here. I'm going to check here. Nothing looks much more than the moisture that typically builds up here. I'm going to get some stuff to clean all this out, these channels out. I'm looking up here, looking around, looking over here. I'm going to turn the lights on a little bit. As you can see, I always have my chronic issue down here, right near the fridge. I think a lot of this has to do with, I'm going to wind up probably having to fix this, because you can see here where stuff's creeping up around the edges, because it's just dripping, and because there's that panel outside from that refrigerator vent. I think a lot of that is stuff from the top roof vent, ridge vent, that I haven't replaced yet, which I will do as a project. And it's left some debris on the floor I pulled down in the last video. So I got here, I don't see anything here. I'm looking around. Just looking around in all the roof areas here, making sure I've got a little bit of, looks like something there, but not really. Skylights are pretty tight. Gonna go into this area here. This is another area where I've always had issues in the shower, and that's because of the vent. But this does not look to be recent damage. This is old stuff. We just never got around to it. Never got around to fix it. But we should do that with some FRP panel and do a nice job cleaning that up. So we're in here. This is my daughter's kind of bunk area here. See if I can get a light. Get my flashlight going here. And let's see here. Right here. Flashlight. Phone flashlight. There we go. So there was a spot that's always been kind of an iffy area. If I can get this thing to focus, which I don't know why it's not focusing now. There we go. You can see here there's some issues here that I've got to clean up. I used a kind of a Luan panel to get things cleaned up. In the short term, I'm going to probably put an FRP like I did back here. A lot more efficient. There's some stuff here related to the old bathroom vent, which, you know, I got to clean up as well. We did put an oak strip up here, so you would think it wouldn't be hard for us to replace some of this stuff. There were some skylight issues later on. This side is good. It really cleaned up this stuff, which is awesome. Again, probably going to have to put an FRP panel or something like that, trim it up a little better than what I'm doing. Skylight looks intact. We're going to go into the potty room. Just so people knew it was potty. So we're in here. Skylight hasn't been finished installed yet, but the toilet and the nice wood floor, comfortable, wonderful wood floor, pre-engineered stuff, real wood floor, just pre-finished, and it was pretty cool putting that in. So there's no real issues in here. We totally replaced the vent in this section as well, so that's good. Guess that flashlight would have been used. A little better. Don't know if it still works or not. No, because somebody took all the batteries out of it. Well, probably for the remotes. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that fan was installed up there, but the screws fell out. I'm going to put a wood block up there and do a little better job with it. So yeah, we got to, you know, when the weather changes and, you know, the snow and the ice kind of thaw out on the roof because I don't have a cover for this RV. So, you know, I kind of got to go through and check things out, make sure there aren't any major leaks. I guess I could drop the bed down. I guess I could change and drop the bed down, like I mentioned before the video caught out. This camera kills batteries like crazy. And I guess I could check up here, but this bed's always had little to no issues with any sort of water on it. It's really up in here where this, you can see this section here of paneling. I've got some access panels there I could take off, and I'm pretty sure it is the there's a strip of flashing up there and a seal line between the fiberglass and the aluminum sections. All right, so, and that's been the one that's been failing. So sorry for the jumpy video. Camera's been going in and out. It's too cold. Went in to get new batteries because it kept cutting out on me. Like I said, I got to do the once around. Rain's dripping off the trees. A lot of snow and ice. Generator's been running here. We're in. Here. Go back in place. Still steaming up pretty good. Surprised he hasn't warmed up a little bit more. So the exhaust isn't as showing as much, but you know, it's, you can see up there I've got the new drip edge on the door, which is helping quite a bit. But at the same token, you know, there's that, the whole line here is, you always got to be cognizant of it. But that didn't have any, that just had a little plastic drip edge, and we built a new aluminum one for that to get that to work a little better. Because we had a lot of water coming in through the door, just dripping through the door frame. Next one is going to be the refrigerator one, where there's water pulling up there, but I'm not going to get in there with all the exhaust. We're going to take a quick look at the roof. All the rungs have rush on them. Yeah. Well, got to get up there, right? Got to make sure things are all ship-shape. This is horrible. This is not horrible, but it's not pleasant either. It's not too bad. So again, we've got the plumbing vents you have to be concerned about. Skylight vents. That's got to be cleaned up. There's a lot of slush here. This one, and this one are new skylights. This is an old skylight. That's the refrigerator vent that I'm going to have to probably take off, and there we go, take off and redo, because I bet you the sealer is shot. That's what's allowing water. You can see how it dips down. You can see how, like, from the main roof it dips down and like stuff just collects around it because it's lower, and I'm betting that any water that's in there just pools there and finds a way in. So I'm going to fix that. The minute the weather gets a little better, I'm going to pull this off and completely redo this vent. I'm probably going to keep the original vent, but I'm going to put new Dicor sealant on it and everything, and make sure that it's not pouring water into my roof system. The other one way up front, which I'm going to try to zoom into from the back. Sorry for the, you can see there's pieces like bits sticking up, there's little twigs and everything. That's the AC. But that front vent definitely needs some attention. There's no leaking around the AC, which I'm really shocked there isn't. But that cover is going to need to be cleaned as well. So there's going to be some maintenance here. And again, these are the ubiquitous Allegro, what they call luggage racks. Got some old brackets from stuff people put on before. We sealed these up pretty good, but in the meantime, I'm still going to have to take a look at these. There's one over here that I'm not too happy about. Looks a little iffy. And so, you know, once it warms up a little bit, we're going to get in here and clean all this stuff off. So I'm going to get my butt back down the ladder without damaging anything, including myself. If I weighed 50 pounds less, it wouldn't be such a big deal. There you go. Can't believe how much my Canadian flag has faded. That's crazy. I haven't had that long. Yeah. So there you go, folks. Just a midwinter inspection. Trying to keep things in good shape. You can see up there where, again, that's a trouble spot because that's where the water wants to go and run down. That definitely needs to get looked at because that is a definite leak area that's pretty chronic. So I'm going to take care of that as well, make a video of me doing these repairs and cleaning up all this trim that you see up here, removing it, and reinstalling new sealer and the trim strips. All right, so I'm going to get out of the crappy weather. And thank you for watching, and happy and safe RVing. And I know it's a little repetitive because the other video kind of crapped out on me with the camera batteries dying, but going to do the best I can in the edit phase. Take care.